Hey, Gary T here. I thought I'd do something a little bit different. Start a comparison thing here. I'm playing through a Plexi Marshall, which is a very old amp from back in the 60s. Does not have a distorted channel. So a challenge for many, especially Strat players, is to get a nice tone with a overdrive or distortion pedal in front of it. So I'm going to start out with this series by going with a really oldie. And what I was just playing is a old TS10 Ibanez Classic, the Greenie, the Tube Screamer. I've used this Tube Screamer all the way back to when I was in the 80s using JCM 800 series. So it's an oldie, and what it does is it kind of gives you just a little bit more of what you got. So now this is by no means trying to get heavy metal sounds. I'm using a 62 reissue Strat that's got medium hot pickups on it. But what I was going to do is, like I just did, is just play a couple of lines with it at different levels to let you hear, how much saturation you can get from the Tube Screamer and if it's the desired effect that you want. What I just played is with the level right at 12 o'clock. As far as the other settings, I've backed them off so that the sound will be equal with what the amp is actually putting out. You can dial those back and forth to however you want to. This, for information purposes, this has a drive, a tone, and then a level. And I believe I said I had adjusted the level. I'm actually working with the drive. Excuse me if I said level before. The drive is what's going to actually give you your amount of saturation on it. So, once again, with what I just played, this is at just a 12 o'clock. Without it, now that's on my middle and back pickup. With it, if you want more of a bluesy tone, without it, or with it. Now when you go back to your bridge pickup, it's going to be a little bit more harsh. And I've actually got my tones backed off a little bit, but here we go. This is without it. And here's with it. One thing I always liked about the TS10 is it gives you a little bit more sustain with whatever you're doing. I'm going to boost the drive to about 2 o'clock just to give us a little bit of a demo on adding a little bit to it. And we'll see what it sounds like. I'm going to start out where I did. This is without it. Now this is with it, with the added. Now if we go up to our bluesy front pickup, and then we add it. So that's pretty cool. It gives you a pretty good saturation there. You start getting a little bit of noise, but I'm with the Strat right next to my amp here. But not too bad, a little bit of hum. Now I'm going to go up to a little past 3 o'clock. So we're getting on up there with the drive on it. Once again, I'm going to use the middle and the back pickup to start with, and this is B without it. And then with it. So once once again, to me, you're getting a little bit more sustain, a little bit more dirt to it. Now we're going to go to the front pickup. And then add it. Alright, now we're going to get brave. Me sitting right by me, Marshall, and my 212, and I'm going to take it pretty much wide open, and just to see what it's got. Once again, this is going to be the middle back pickup. And here's with it. So I'm hearing some difference there. I mean, it still stays pretty warm, but you get a little bit more definition on the notes. Let's take it up to the front pickup without. And then we're going to add with it. So with it wide open, I think you can really play around with it a little bit. If I back my tones off a little bit more, and I've got it all the way up. So there's some different sounds on the TS10 in front of a Plexi. If you got one of these and you've got it in front of other amps, let me know about it, what you think about it. Mainly concentrating on Plexi. If you got some comments or some information to add, please add it to the comments. Please subscribe and put a like if you like. If you don't like, tell me what you don't like about it, and I'll try to improve on things. Peace to everybody. Gary Thomas out.